Welcome to your weekly installment of Jen Sally TED Talks. And today we're going to talk about food. And I'm talking about food in the South, honey. This ain't just regular food. And some of these things are transitional and universal, right? Like the things I'm going to speak on are both in the deep South and also in the hood. So if you know, you know. But if you don't know, I'm going to put you on. And first of all, I'm not being stereotypical or anything like that. I am from the South, born and raised. I am Southern. We country folks down here. So we can talk about the South. We just better not hear you talk about the South, okay? So first, I'm just going to talk about Chinese food, which is my, number one love. Because if you checked my blood type right now, it's about 89% MSG. But let me give you a little tip. If you walk into a Chinese takeout establishment, and they got those faded menu pictures up on the wall, and if there's a kid in the back at the table doing some homework, whip that card out, because that food is about to change your life. Not only will it change your life and your religion, they're going to put so much in it, you eating today, tomorrow, and probably the third day. Talking about the box is busting open with General Tso chicken. Get it? Get it. And gas station food is a whole staple down here. But there's some particulars you got to look for. If you pull into that new fancy, gas station that they just built, that hot box ain't finna be about shit. If you're looking for the real food, you got to find that old run-down store. I'm talking about looks like it's just dilapidated and should be condemned. That's where you want to eat at. Go on in there and get you a meat and two with some cornbread or a roll. They go offer you cornbread or roll or white bread. But if you pull up, now listen, this is real talk. If you pull up at the gas station and it's about three folks just standing outside loitering, and they got probably bars on the windows, bitch, get your money and go straight in there to that hot box. I promise you. Because I guarantee you, with this week's paycheck, there is a woman in there, and she is swishing her feet when she walks, honey, but she has put the grace of God in them smothered pork chops. Because, honey, she is back there just humming and singing them hymns ever so slightly under her breath. But she has put together a cheese sauce in that macaroni that will make you lay down in traffic just to get a bite. I mean, you can go on and go to a fancy restaurant down here in the South, but you ain't gonna taste that love, honey. You ain't gonna taste the love that it took to get up and cut that okra by hand and fry it in that same grease that catfish was fried in. It's giving life. And she either go call you baby or sugar, and she go ask about your mama and them. And she hands you that plate with that little plastic silverware, and you say, thank you. She go say, ain't God good? Look at God. Won't he do it? And you just catch the Holy Spirit right there in front of the hot box. It's spiritual. Now, if you ain't feeling that, just go on and stay your ass at and pay at the pump, and don't even go in if you don't want your whole life changed by Miss Dorothy in there. Now, mind you, it's a gauntlet, right? You go run the gauntlet to get the food, but the food is the reward, because you gonna have to meander your way through about two crackheads on the way in asking if you got some spare change. Maybe a dude out there trying to sell you something, either some knockoff Nikes, a mixtape, a carton of Newports. There's no telling, but it's just you running the gauntlet, and you just got to get through that front door. But the key is don't make no eye contact. Don't make no eye contact. Just straight to the door. Listen what I'm telling you. And you maintain that resting bitch face until you walk through that door. And when you do, it's like, oh, because you see the steam, honey. You can barely even see what's in the hot box because it's so hot. That food's just in there, just steaming. All the flavors just mixing with each other. It's heavenly. Heavenly. And you keep that resting bitch face until you see Miss Dorothy, honey. And then you just lay them pearly whites on her. And see, I done talked about all that and made myself hungry because I was going to go get sushi today for lunch. But now I'm feeling like I might need to go down to Mike's at Lamar and Shelby Drive right down the street and get me some of that Salisbury steak and mashed potatoes. Y'all be good.